computer networking. Cables. Networking is done to establish connectivity between two or more computers to share data and resources like printer, internet access, storage space, etc. There are basically two types of network: wireless network and wired network. Wireless network. Wireless network is also called as Wi-Fi, wireless fidelity. Speed of Wi-Fi is slow compared to wired network. In India, as of now, wired network is more popular than wireless network. Wired network. We use cables to establish connectivity in case of wired network. Wired network uses mainly two types of cables, namely optical fiber cable and twisted pair cable. Optical fiber cable. Data transfer rate of optical fiber cable is very high. It transfers data at the speed of light. However, optical fiber cables are very expensive. Twisted pair cable. Twisted pair cable uses copper wire for data transfer. Twisted pair cables are less expensive than optical fiber cable. For computer network, we use 4-color twisted pair packed inside plastic protective sheet in which each color wire is twisted with white color wire, and the white color wire is having masking of corresponding color for easy identification. As you can see here, white color twisted on blue is having blue marking and it is called as white blue. Color and name of the wires. Blue and white blue, brown and white brown, green and white green, orange and white orange. There are various types of twisted pair cable used in computer network. Twisted pair cable without any shielding is called unshielded twisted pair UTP cable. UTP cable also has fiber strip inside to add strength to the cable. Twisted pair cable with shielding is called shielded twisted pair STP cable. There are three types of shielding. 1. Shielding on each twisted pair. 2. Outer layer shielding covering all 4 twisted pair. 3. It can have both types of shielding. STP cables are more expensive than UTP cable. Category 5 and Category 6, also called Cat 5 and Cat 6, is the most widely used UTP cable. Cabling standard. There are two standards for straight cable wiring: EIA or TIA 568A and EIA or TIA 568B. Use of 568A is bit lower and mostly considered as a standard for new installations. Pin color code of 568A is pin 1 white green, pin 2 green, pin 3 white orange, pin 4 blue, Pin 5, white blue. Pin 6, orange. Pin 7, white brown. Pin 8, brown. 568B is most widely used cabling standard and also called AT&T standard. Pin color code of 568B is Pin 1, white orange. Pin 2, orange. Pin 3, white green. Pin 4, blue. Pin 5, white blue. Pin 6, green. Pin 7, white brown. Pin 8, brown. Connectors. RJ45 connector. RJ45 connector is 8-pin plug used to terminate Ethernet cable for connecting computers onto Ethernet-based local area networks (LAN). Here, RJ stands for Radio Jack. RJ45 Jack. RJ45 Jack is 8-pin jack used to terminate Ethernet cable for connecting computers onto Ethernet-based local area networks (LAN). Here RJ stands for Radio Jack. As you can see, Jack has color codes defined on both the side. There are two color codes defined, A and B. A refers to color code standard 568A, whereas B refers to color code standard 568B. Tools. Crimper tool. Crimping tool is a device used to crimp cable with RJ Radio Jack connector. As you can see, this crimping tool is having provision to crimp 8-pin RJ45 connector used to crimp Cat5 cable and also RJ11 connector used for telephone line. Crimping tool is also having cutter to cut the cable and also used for removing outer jacket of the cable. Punch push down tool. Punch down tool is a small handheld tool used to punch down Cat5 cable on RJ45 jack. Punch down tool has sharp edge at the bottom, which is also known as blade wine. Cable tester. This is a local area network or LAN tester used for testing of network cables. LAN tester uses pulse to check connectivity of the cable. LAN tester is having two detachable units called main unit and remote unit. These two units can be attached or detached very easily. Cutter. Cutter is a small handheld tool used to cut the wire wherever required. Crimping process. Here we are using Cat5 cable to crimp it in RJ45 connector using 568B cabling standard. Insert the cable in the blade area of crimper tool and pass it around 1 inch outside the crimper tool. Now hold the cable and carefully cut the outer plastic protective cover without damaging the wires. Remove the outer plastic protective cover carefully, and now you can see 4 pair twisted cable and also cable fiber to add strength to the cable. Now cut the cable fiber using crimping tool. Untwist all 4 cables one by one and then straighten all the wires. Arrange the wires as per 568B standard color code as white orange, orange, white green, blue, white blue, green, white brown, brown. Cut the edge of wires to align them properly using crimping tool and hold the wires. Take a RJ45 connector and hold the brass strip on top side. Now by keeping the orange wire on left hand side, insert all the wires in the connector. Now apply little bit force so that each wire should go inside copper locking pin. Thoroughly check whether all the wires are inserted by looking towards the tips. Press the cable further inside the connector till the outer jacket goes inside the connector, as it provides strength to the cable. Now insert the connector inside crimper by holding the connector, and also make sure wires should not come out from connector pin. Now you can see connector pins are aligned in the crimper. Press both the crimper lever to crimp the cable. Leave the lever and press it once again to make sure pins are crimped properly. Now slightly pull the cable to make sure all the pins are crimped properly. Repeat this process to the other end of the cable. Once the crimping of cable is over, connect one end of the cable to the computer and other end to the switch or to the hub to establish network connectivity. Punch down Cat5 cable in wall jack. Punch down is the method to connect Cat5 cable in the jack. As explained before, we are using color code standard T568B, so we will follow lower side color coding, which is orange white, orange, blue white, blue. On the other side of the jack, lower side color coding under B is brown, brown white, green and green white. Insert the cable in the blade area of crimper device and pass it around 1.5 inch outside the crimper device. Now hold the cable and carefully cut the outer plastic protective cover without damaging the wires. Remove the outer plastic protective cover carefully, and now you can see 4 pair twisted cable and also cable fiber to add strength to the cable. Now cut the cable fiber using crimper device. Untwist all 4 cables one by one and then straighten all the wires. Place the socket on the firm surface. As you can see, there are gaps between connector pins. As per color marking on side line under type B, place the wires one by one in the pins. As you can see, we are placing green at first position and pressing it inside as far as it goes inside to hold the position. One by one place rest of the 7 wires in the corresponding pin. Place the punch-down tool on the first pin. Make sure punch-down tool cut side is aligned with the outer edge of the jack and that the jack assembly is resting on a hard surface. Now press down on the punch-down tool until you hear a loud click and simultaneous metallic sounding ping. These noises are indicators that the punch down has been done correctly. Punch, rest 7 wires one by one. In this process, excess wire length will extend out of the side of the jack. You need to apply little bit force to carry out this process. It is also recommended to punch down one side at a time, then another side. Remove the extra cables by using cutter. Testing of cat cable. For testing of cable, first separate main unit and remote unit. Switch on the main unit using on button. We can see the LED light emitting diode blinking, which tells us that unit is turned on. Insert one end of the cable in the main unit and then after insert another end of cable in the remote. Make sure the connection is on. Now LED will start glowing at both the end. If all the LED are glowing in proper manner, our cable is crimped properly and is ready to use.